Hello everybody and welcome to a brand new Elder Scrolls Online PTS News video, guys. Today we get the patch 5.2.2 for the Elder Scrolls, and with it comes several combat change adjustments to Dragon Knight, Templar, and Warden, in addition to some additional fixes and changes to other abilities and item sets. There will be a few additional combat changes coming next week, including some adjustments to damage over time abilities that you can read more about in the known issues section. There's also a number of fixes coming for dragons and Dragonhold quests, a variety of dungeons, and more. They also talk about how they're going to be testing the new Dawn of Drakengard feature or event that's going to be coming out sometime this year. I don't know. But they're going to be testing on October 2nd between 3 and 4 p.m. Eastern date and time. If you guys live on the East Coast, or the East Coast, it's standard time. But if you're living on the West Coast, it'll be noon to 1 o'clock. So, and they copied all EU characters over for the PC for this update. Alright, going through the patch notes. Dawn of the Drakengard. This week, a new cross-zone event will be available to test called Dawn of the Drakengard. To begin, simply pick up the free event quest titled The Dawn of the Drakengard from the Crown Store. Kill overland dragons in Northern Elsewhere or the final boss in Sunspire, or you can kill dragons in Southern Elsewhere or from the dungeons in Wrathstone and Scalebreaker DLCs, the bosses in those, to get event tickets. For clarity, the DLCs include the following dungeons. So you've got to do Frostvault, Depths of Malatar, Moongrave Fane, or Layers of Marsalak. You can do those on normal to get the event tickets, so not too bad. During the event, overland dragons and bosses found in Wrathstone, Scalebreaker, and Sunspire will have double drops, so you can get double the drops also, which is really good. And then additionally, resource nodes in Northern Elsewhere and Southern Elsewhere will yield double drops throughout the event. You'll also see dragons flying over the cities of the base game. These dragons skillfully stay out of combat, blah blah blah, yeah, we know. Daggerfall, Davin's Watch, Elden Root, Mournhold, Volkagard, and Wayrest. Basically the capital cities and the starter cities of certain places. So, what do you know? Known issues. So this is what they were talking about. The feedback adjustments made to Shadow Image have been heard. We're looking for a way to ensure that the ability's actual range is always reflected on the tooltip and the ability bar, so you can properly increase the teleport range without leading back into situations where you thought you could activate the ability but couldn't. So that is being looked at. They are going to fix that. And then the future patch during PTS cycles, which will be the 5.2.3, they will be adjusting the damage over time abilities. They will be adjusting some of them by approximately 20% to reduce situations where many of the abilities felt difficult to maintain outside of nanosecond perfect rotations. This means there will be an overall reduction in damage from dot abilities by approximately 33% compared to what is currently on the live mega servers. So instead of a 50% or 60%, it's going to be a 33% drop on from the live servers. Many passives and item sets related to damage over time will receive some adjustments to ensure their total power remains closer to their intended power budget. So my guess is Reliquin might see a loss in its DPS, which would be good because it is an overpowered set along with several other of the perfected version sets. So Divine's range requirement will be reduced to help improve the instance where you can activate the off-balance proc in a future patch. And Major Vulnerability will receive adjustments in a future patch to ensure it's still a powerful tool, but cannot be stacked to the point where you want a world of only Necromancers. Thank you. That was getting rather annoying hearing people say, oh, well, we need nothing but Necromancers for this thing. It's like, no, you don't. New Moon Rising. During the battles of... And I'm not going to read this. This is something that's for the new quest line, so I don't want to spoil anything. Combat and gameplay for Dragonhold. Dragons NPCs no longer run from dragons locations when no dragon is present. and they fixed an issue where dragons would not look at you during some interactions. And they fixed the dragons the southern elsewhere would fail to spawn, so they fixed a lot of stuff. The Glyphtodon, they now have more accurate collisions and corrected an issue where Glyphtodons should like they were made of wood. Sounded like they were made of wood, so they fixed that stuff. Not going to really go through a whole lot of this stuff. This is just talking about the updates to a lot of this, so I really wish they would unlock the the one thing. Sunspire, the icon for the Blessing of Joan and Jude, is now a scroll of Eldritch memory, or Eidic memory, to match the icon in the game. And if you defeat Noventus without first accepting the quest, you will now receive a quest granting items when looting the corpse. So, don't know what that means. Alright, just some fixes to some stuff. Here is the combat and gameplay changes. So they fixed an issue where sprinting would not remove invisibility from your character. They fixed an issue where stamina bar could become desynced if you were pulled or CC'd while sprinting. Fixed an issue where you would be charged for sprinting while swimming, and then fixed an issue where Bastion and other sources of unique bonuses could increase all character effectiveness while meeting their requirements. So that'll be good. One-shots no more for me. Yeah, it was kind of nice playing through some of the content because I had just one-shot guys, and I was like, wow, where did that come from? But that's going to be fixed. Ardent Flame Combustion. This passive no longer has a cooldown in order to help Dragon Knight sustain itself, since it doesn't have a class-based dedicated resource ability such as Dark Exchange or Siphoning Strikes. So, sounds good. We'll have to see. Fiery Breath, Engulfing Flames. This ability's bonus flame damage modifier now uses both spell damage and max magicka rather than only spell damage, to allow for more builds to engage with the morph. This will be good for more magicka and hybrid type builds. That's awesome. Searing Heat. They fixed an issue with the rank 2 of this ability was applying its damage done to all Ardent Flame abilities rather than only the ones listed, or the listed ones, and they increased the damage bonus to 33% from 10% to help distinguish the Dragon Knight's damage over time abilities as superior to others. You guys are hearing this first, okay? Earthen Heart, Stonefist, adjusted this ability in the Stone Giant morph based on PTS feedback, as well as in preparation for additional passes in a future update. This is merely part 1. They reduced the maximum stack on the stun to 3 from 5. That'll be great. And they increased the damage taken per stack of stagger with the Stone Giant morph to 45, up from 25. So that's a better offset. And this should allow us to increase our damage per stack, which will be nice. So they reduced the duration of the stacks to 5 seconds, down from 10. Yeah, that's a good idea to keep it out of the hands of the players so they're not like super effective. Bound Armor, they changed the functionality or the sound effects to highlight the functionality that change to it brings. This will be really good because it sounded really weird when you would activate it and it was just the same sound as it was before. Dawn's Wraith Backlash. Now this is going to be a hit to Templars, but to me, I think this is the best thing they could do for this ability. It was way highly overpowered. So this ability and its morphs will now only store damage dealt from the caster of the ability rather than anyone who hits the afflicted target. This was done to offset some of the staggering power of the light. The ability could bring in group situations where low damage builds could apply the ability and generate free real estate from their allies' contributions. Now you have to put in the fervor to get the full power of this ability. This will be great because now it's no longer just, you know, like, oh, I'm a healer, I'm going to put this on there, and I'm going to get this high burst of damage. Now you're going to put it on there and you're going to be like, okay, I've got to do damage if I want the effect to take into account, or have one of your Magicka casters cast it on him, and then they can either apply the heal or the minor ward, minor resolve. Or sorry, it's now just not minor ward, minor resolve. Now it's just the it's just a minor thing that removes both. So, and they fixed an issue where these abilities could conflict with one another, and if more than one player casts the same morph of the ability on a target, so they could double stack this. It was crazy. Winter's Embrace, the Warden, Sleet Storm, Permafrost. They reduced the damage done of this morph by 50% to ensure the morph functions primarily as a utility and defensive morph. It is no longer going to be a really powerful damage morph, but more of a defensive morph with offensive capabilities, which it should have been that way in the first place. So the max Magicka granted from this morph is no longer enabled passively by slotting. Instead, it is granted for 30 seconds after activating the ultimate. This is going to hurt some people, not me, of course. Increase the amount of Magicka granted from, to 9% from 8%. Now that is a different story, so we'll have to check that out. This morph now ranks up 2% max Magicka granted per rank, up to 15% at rank 1, rather than 1.1% damage per rank. I'll have to look at this, guys, but that doesn't sound right. I think it should be rank 4. But we'll see. Two-handed Berserker Strike. Onslaught. This morph now grants penetration equal to 85% of the resistance ignored on the initial hit at rank 1 and 100% at rank 4, rather than 100% on all ranks. They also decrease the duration to 5 seconds. Okay. And this morph no longer ranks up in duration. Alright. I'm not going to even look at the developer comments on this, because I'm guessing that the reasoning is probably behind it were because it was too overpowered. Alright, itemization and item set fixes. So, Coward's Gear, they fixed an issue. Okay, I'm not even going to read through their fixed stuff. Sinche's Defender. Increase the magic and stamina restored per stack of this stat to 666, up from 535. This should be 667. They should never do 666. To better equate to a small minimum game, mini game in order to proc it. Steadfast Hero, they increase the cooldown of this to 20 seconds, up from 10 seconds, to reduce some of the staggering power that this set this set enables with major protection. Oh, get it. Virulent Shot. I think this is the bow. They reduced the range to reach the maximum duration of this set to 15 meters from 22, since it needed to be pixel perfect distance to reach it. This now allows the set to engage with more outside of only playing from maximum range. Okay, so that's the bow. I think this is the bow from the Black Rose Prison. So that's pretty good. Other changes, gameplay, they fixed an issue with Crushing Leap on the Werewolf. They fixed some graphical issues. The crown crates would occur. Fixed an issue where Dungeons and Trials could allow more players to join than the intended limit. Yes, I knew about that. That was kind of funny. Housing, UI, yeah, that's it. So not a lot of major changes yet. There is major changes. The Permafrost change is a big one. This will definitely affect a lot of Warden-type players, but it definitely stands out and says, hey, Ice isn't here just for damage. It's really about the crowd control and the support capabilities it offers. So I really like that. Backlash needed to be toned down, I won't lie. Bound Armor is a good fix. Stone Fist, gonna have to do some tinkering with it, but it does sound good. Fiery Breath and Searing Heat, both of these sound fantastic, and I can't wait to get in and mess around with those. But what I'm really interested in to see what they do with the dot changes come next week, which now we have to wait a week to find out. So, all of you are wondering what I'm going to be doing this week. I'm probably not going to be doing a whole lot of PTS testing. I will be on PTS testing some stuff, working on some builds, But I will not be releasing builds until this is 100% Dragonhold is out released. So, yeah, don't expect anything from me from that. Other than that, a lot of this is just wait and see. Let's see how things go. You guys know the routine. And then, in the end, when this goes live, I will give my full feedback on everything when the Dragonhold drops. And I keep getting asked, Sherman, how do you know for certain that this is, the date that this is going to come out? This is October 1st, so this is when it released. It was supposed to drop yesterday, but they held off until today, October 1st, to do the dragon thing. Ooh, spooky. No offense to the devs, but kind of corny. So we have this week, we'll get the dot changes on the 7th through the 14th. From the 14th through the 21st is the final week. And then the 21st they're launching. So this is when Dragonhold will or should be coming out for PC and Mac. On consoles, it's always 2 weeks later, so it should be November 4th. So, but that just comes from a lot of experience of doing PTS stuff. Other than that, it's just a wait and see. I want to see what they're going to do with the dots. I'm really excited for Dragonhold, because Dragonhold to me is going to... It's not going to change the foundation of the game, but it's definitely going in a direction that says, hey, we want to focus our attention on, some story for now, and work on all this other stuff before we go and release more challenging group content, so we can get all these other fixes in place. Because it would really suck if they were to release a raid in this one and it has all the bugs and issues other raids have had, because of the lag and all the things that they're working on it to improve the game's stability and playability in the background. And we're getting that memory adjustment with this, along with some other stuff. And then next update, we're getting that new patcher, which is supposed to reduce the game size and also make it easier for it to search files and get the stuff it needs, so it'll improve load time. So we'll have to see how that goes. But for now, we wait, just like always. But yeah, I'm excited for Dragonhold, or Dawn of the Dragon Guard, or Dragonhold, the DLC, because of the Dragon Guard storyline. And I really have to say, when you guys get a chance to play the new quest line, play through it slowly. Enjoy the new quests, because there is a lot of cool stuff you can miss if you try to jump ahead. And a lot of it's dialogue that can tells a lot of stuff about what's going on with the dragons, with Dragonhold, with the Dawn Guard. So don't try to rush the story unless you really want to. But I would advise you to listen to it. It's really good. Great stuff coming with Dragonhold. Just the story content, because that's all we're getting, and it is awesome. And then the new stuff, the new dailies and stuff. I messed around with some of them. They're really fun. And I never got a chance to unlock the ancient Dragon Guard crafting station yet. So that's going to require probably some replaying of a lot of the quests inside of Dragon Guard, or the Dawn Guard place, and yeah, or Dragon Guard place. But that's pretty much it for the video, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, you guys know what's coming next. Go ahead and hit that like button. If you guys want to see more videos by me, you can subscribe. Other than that, I want to thank you all for watching. Until next time, have a wonderful day, and this guy might see you in game. Bye.